Hey guys, welcome to Showtopia, and today I want to talk to you guys about which hand traps are the best right now in the current format. And before I get in, I want to let you guys know that this list is based off of my personal opinion, and also to have a better objective point of view, I'll show you the current meta archetypes right now as of February 2025. And first I'll show you this photo here. Boom. This is a tier list made by a YouTube channel called Dual Support. And Dual Support, I love this channel because they literally analyze the current meta and format in the OCG literally every week. And not only they show you a tier list, but they even analyze each archetypes, most of them. And hopefully that's kind of just makes this tier list a little more credible, and it's not just based off of my own opinion. Yeah, so with that being said, I'll just quickly go over the archetype tier list that Dual Support gave. So S tier is obviously Raizio and Malice. They're literally the top tier decks right now. 35 to 40% of everyone playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the competitive format right now are either playing one of these two decks. So super strong and always bringing results every day, every week. So yeah, they're definitely S tier. And then A tier, we got White Forest, we got Regenesis, which is interesting. We got Blue Eyes, Primate, and Memento. So as you see, Regenesis is actually coming up in the list because there are a lot of actually Regenesis players recently, and there's a huge spike right now of just the population of people playing this archetype. And a lot of people, they mix in Dogmatica or Diabell Star, which is probably the two engines played with Regenesis, and it seems like it's doing a lot of success right now. So yeah, it's currently A tier right now, next to White Forest. And then we got Blue Eyes, Primate, and Mementos, and these two are they were already a solid high tier. Blue Eyes just kind of it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Sometimes it just does really well, sometimes it just the consistency is just it's not as good. Just flops sometimes. So but it's a super powerful deck. So it's A tier, and the Mementos is super strong as well once it starts rolling. So A tier. B tier, we got Crystron, and what's it called, Gem Knights and Orchist. So all these are everything in B tier is really strong, but it's just that it can't play through a lot of hand traps. And then C tier, we got Tenpai, Evil Twin, and Adagnister. I personally think Evil Twin can go a little higher right now because it's just actually really good. And I see people actually winning tourneys with Evil Twin recently, and obviously with the new support, it's just Kiss Kill Deal, really good. Adagnister has potential. It's just a lot weaker version of Malice. And then finally, the D tier, we got Runic. I think it's Destruction Sword. Sorry, I actually have no idea about this archetype. So I'm not really gonna talk about that. We got Dragon Ruler, a Cyber Dragon. Honestly, I think all these are in the list right now because they got support recently. And Runic, they got that new spell card that banish top 7 cards face down. I think a lot of Runic players are having fun with that right now. I'm not sure if they're having success with it, but I'm pretty sure that is a huge factor, it being in this list. And yeah, same as Cyber Dragon and Dragon Ruler, they just they got support. So based off of that, I want to talk about the hand traps that are really good in this format. Okay, so first up, we got D-Shifter, Dimension Shifter. Honestly, okay, I'm putting this straight in must play. Honestly, if you can play this card, you have to put it in your deck, main deck, honestly, because this is as strong as Ash and Maxi, right now. Literally, it stops almost all the decks in the format, in the meta. Against Malice, obviously, it's gonna help them, so you're gonna have to side it out, but that's literally it. Most decks besides Malice, it really hits them hard, so you kind of just have to play this. Okay, next up we got Draw and Lockbird. Now Draw and Lockbird, it's definitely in potential main deck at least. I think a lot of you, would put it straight in the must play, and I understand that. It's just that like, I think a lot of people know how to play around Draw Lock now. Just like how everyone tries to play around Nibiru and try to figure out combo to like overrun Nibiru. Like people are starting to figure out how to play over Draw Lock. So in that sense, like I think it's not the best. It does hit them hard if they don't know how to play under Draw Lock. Like it just shuts down a lot of the engines. So in that sense, it's really good. It's just, once again, yeah, people are learning how to play around Draw Lock now. So I think I would put it in... I'll put it in potential main deck currently, yeah. Okay, next we got Effect Veiler. Now, Effect Veiler, obviously, super strong. Like, it's literally an Imperm, monster version of Imperm. Like, this doesn't have to be the first hand trap you have to put in the main deck. Like, obviously, that's probably like Maxi or Asher and stuff like that, But I think if you have room, you definitely want to put an Effect Veiler because it's very useful. Not only that, he's a tuner, so you can synchro summon with this guy. So really strong. I think I would put Effect Veiler into potential main deck. I think it's not a must, but definitely if you have room, you definitely want to put it in. Now, Ghost Bell. She is actually like, she's very useful. Because a lot of the decks right now, like Mementos, I mean like pretty much everything, like Orchist, like a lot of the decks in the meta right now, like they have graveyard movements. They activate stuff from graveyard, or special summons from graveyard. So it's very useful in that sense. It's just that stopping one effect won't, as long as you know where to stop. Like I think this is a really good deck. This is a really good card. I would put it in potential main deck. Like I wouldn't side it. Like if this is a side deck, I'd rather just take it out and just put in a different side deck card. Like I feel like this card, either you main deck it or you just take it out and you just don't play it. Cyframe Gamma. Now this card is powerful. Obviously, negating is really strong, but the additional effect of destroying it after negate, like I feel like that's like the biggest part in this card. Thinking about like current decks right now that needs a lot of pieces on field, Gamma not only being able to negate that effect, but also destroying it and making them lose that resource on the field. I think that's where the real value comes in. And actually a lot of players right now are playing Cypher Gamma, and a lot of the deck list that's winning, topping, and locals, they actually have Gamma. In that sense, I think it's definitely a must play. Okay, Mourner. No, sadly, no one really plays Mourner in the OCG. I'm not really sure about the TCG right now, but no one really plays Mourner. It's just a objectively worse version of Imperm. Honestly, I don't really have much to talk about this. If you wouldn't even really side deck unless you have some really weird burn deck or some really weird like gimmick. Unless you have that, like this is just not meta right now. Maxi, hell yes, must play, and this I will put this over D-Shifter because do I really even need to talk about this? Do I really need to talk about this? Like, Maxi is literally the best hand trap to draw, like period, and there's no other hand traps better than this. Every single deck in Yu-Gi-Oh requires a special summon to even play the game right now. Yeah, it's literally effective in any deck in Yu-Gi-Oh currently. Okay, next up, Purulia. Purulia's coming in hot right now, this past couple of weeks because of Ryziel coming back to the meta. And a lot of the decks actually do require special summon from hand, as well as like March Hare and Malice. Like there's more cards that are being able to special summon itself from hand. So Purulia is literally like a lot of the Japanese players, they're actually main decking Purulia. Ever since February hit, like everyone's pretty much main decking Perulia. Like there's just so many decks right now. And the other notable archetype is Regenesis. Regenesis, everything special summons from hand. I would put this in high potential main deck or the very bottom of must play. Like Perulia right now is very clutch in the current meta with Regenesis in the format right now. So now Ghost Ogre, like I'm not really sure exactly where to put Ghost Ogre. I think it's incredibly strong in a sense that it breaks anything on field. There's a lot of field spell with the White Forest field spell, not only monster cards, but there's a lot of spell and trap cards right now that needs to get destroyed in order to continue playing. So in that sense, it's a very useful card. It's kind of like Ghost Bell. If you miss that perfect timing to use this card, like it's not gonna get you through. But if you play it right, it's definitely like main deck worthy. But because of the technicality and the difficulty of the timing, I will put this in a great side deck. With that basis, I'll actually bring down Ghost Bell to great side deck as well. Honestly, like Ghost Bell, it's either you main deck or you don't, but I'm just very confused with Ghost Bell right now. Like I just don't know if it's potential main deck or great side deck. Very in between. Okay, Meows. It's kind of the same as Perulia. People are playing Meows right now because of Malice, and I'm sure a lot of TCG players are using this card right now. Meows hits Malice pretty hard, but it's not as effective like overall in the format. So with that reasoning, like I would put this in. I'll actually put it over Ogre. But yeah, Meows is basically just to play against Malice. And I'm sure there's probably a little more. Okay, Nibiru. Nibiru. So I know I main deck Nibiru in my Malice deck, but right now, like I'm thinking to like just take it out. And a lot of people aren't really playing Nibiru anymore. They're actually either citing it or they're literally just playing one Nibiru. Just like Drawlock, just like my reasoning with Drawlock, people know how to play around Nibiru and they just know how to deal with this card. So it's not as effective and it's not as valuable anymore. I feel like this is like a great side deck or even like potential, to be honest. I would put it in great side deck. You know what? Sorry, I'll actually put it in potential main deck. I feel like this card definitely still has the ability to be main decked, and it's just not. I don't think you need to rely so much on this card as much as people used to. Okay, Dominus Purge. Yeah, Dominus Purge is pretty much only used for Blue Eyes, used only in Blue Eyes, but it is a really powerful card. I think Impulse is better objectively and better overall, but Dominus Purge is still a solid card to play, and Blue Eyes can play this card basically without any restrictions. So like honestly, I don't really know where to put this because this is just specifically for Blue Eyes. In Blue Eyes, obviously this will be in a must play or high potential, but you either play a deck that can main deck this or you just don't play it. So I'll just put in potential main deck right now. Okay, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This is definitely a must play. I'll put it next to Maxi because Ash doesn't really hurt Malice as much, so it's not over Maxi. I feel like Maxi it hurts any deck. So okay, we got Cherry. Cherry, yeah, not meta. This is no one plays this card right now. Like this card is only used if literally there's only one deck being played in the meta, and right now there's two, and one of the deck it would actually help them even more. Ryzeal, you can play multiple copies of their extra deck monster, so it's not that great. Cherry is just not that good right now. Lava Golem, I put this in here because I wanted to let you guys know that Lava Golem is being played right now a lot. And that is because of Regenesis. Lava Golem conveniently has 2500. I think defense is 2500. So it can trigger Regenesis, all the Regenesis special summon effect. So a lot of the Regenesis players, they main deck Lava Golem. So with that reasoning, like this is a potential card to consider. And honestly, like just like Dominus Purge, where it's only for Blue Eyes deck, Lava Golem is basically only for Regenesis deck right now. So this is probably like potential main deck right now, just for Regenesis. Contact C, I don't think it's bad. It's just like at the end of the day, like people play, since people have Little Knight that can link this off, it doesn't hurt them as much. And I think instead of playing Contact C, playing any of these high tier cards is definitely worth more. If you hit in the right spot, then you could lock them out, but it's just definitely not like, yeah, it's not worth main decking, obviously, like, or not even like, you don't really need to play this card right now. Okay, next up we got DD Crow. DD Crow used to be teched in when Dragon Maid was being played, but right now, Dragon Maid literally only showed up in the format for like a month, or a month at the most, I think, and no one is really playing that deck anymore. When Dragon Maid was still being played last month, people used to side DD Crow to banish like changeover, but yeah, ban it right now. With all the cards being played right now, like banishing one card, it doesn't really do anything. Like honestly, I don't really even see a potential. Okay, next up we got Phantasme. Phantasme, some people started main decking this ever since December, I think. And that's because of Malice. Right now, Evil Twin is in the format right now. And there's a little more Link monsters being played with Orchist and Orchist as well, and Adagnister as well. Sorry, Adagnister 2. Since there's more Link decks showing up recently, I think Phantasme, there's potential. I think I would put it in great side deck. Yeah. Okay, we got Magnamut. Magnamut, I don't think it's a must play, to be honest. It's just that everyone's playing Magnamut because of how flexible and versatile this card is. You can banish pretty much any monster in any, like you can pretty much banish at least like half of the monster in most decks right now. And having a 2500 body is really powerful, and the fact of being able to search dragon not only from deck but from getting it back from graveyard is also really strong. So this is overall a really good deck. A lot of Mass players, like they are starting to drop Magnamut a bit because of March Hare, but even then, like I feel like it's used in pretty much most decks right now. Okay, next up we got Molcharmi Fualos. This card is amazing. Just being able to draw from monsters summoned from deck or extra deck, like you're pretty much guaranteed to draw cards. The one downside about this is that you have to, in that sense, it's kind of like that shifter thing where like you either play this like turn 0 or you just don't play this. Like you can't really play this card as much. So I feel like this is a must play for sure, but I'll put it in the bottom because it will actually, no, sorry, I'll put it over Perulia. But yeah, this is definitely a must play. Druid's Worm, honestly, I'm gonna put it next to Magnamut. Druid's Worm is the search target of Magnamut. So, and that's if you're not playing a dragon monster in your, if you're not playing any other dragon monster in your deck. But if you're just playing the, just the package, the Bestial package, you're gonna search Druid's Worm with Magnamut. Hence, you don't need Magnamut if you're just gonna put in Druid's Worm. So, because he's just a search target. Yeah, I'll just put it over Magnamut. Okay, we got Dominus Impulse. Dominus Impulse, yes, definitely strong. The one downside, obviously, is the restriction. That it's just a restriction of not being able to play any wind, light, and sorry if I think earth. Yeah, but just the effect of being able to stop anything that special summons from deck is like insane. It's just insane. Like it's not just monster effects, it includes trap cards or spell cards effect. So the effect itself is super strong. It's a hand trap, and you can also set it. If you set it, it doesn't even like restrict you at all, which is insane. Like, I think this is a must play, and obviously, like, unfortunately this can't be played in every single deck, and I know that, but if you have the chance, like if you have the opportunity, if you're able to put this in your deck without hurting too much of your engine and too much of your, like, the whole mechanic of your deck, like, this definitely should be played, like, for sure. Yes, Dominus Impulse, definitely a must play for me. And Imperm, I will obviously, this is like insanely strong as well. I'll put it before Shifter, yeah. Like, these top three, Maxi, Ash, Imperm is probably like the staple you must play in any deck you're playing. Like, any deck you play, you need to have at least these three hand traps, I feel like. And yeah, Imperm is really good going first or second. So yeah, that alone is already like strong. And obviously Ash and Maxi also has that same same aspect of just being able to play at any time. And finally, we got Chaos Hunter. Chaos Hunter, really effective right now. It's basically a Lancia, and that sorry, that reminds me. I totally forgot about Lancia. I'm gonna add Lancia right after this. It's basically a body Lancia. It's a Lancia that comes out onto the field. And this helps trigger a lot of the all the Regenesis cards as well. Completely shuts down Malice. Pretty much every deck still banishes cards, you know, like it might not be their like key like aspect of the deck, but banishing still is part of the requirement to extend a lot of the combos out there right now. So and the fact that Chaos Hunter can stop that and pulling out a 2500 body like herself is pretty good. It's just that you can't, like, going first is not as effective. Yeah, I'll put in Gray's side deck. It's a good card. A lot of people like side deck this a lot recently. Not many, but okay. Sorry, I forgot to add Lancia. I don't know why I forgot about this card. Okay, Lancia is a potential main deck. You need to have this either in your side deck or main deck, like for sure. And people are having success with this card being played in the main deck. I would put in the bottom potential main deck. You don't have to main deck. You can side deck this card. So yeah, that is basically it for now. Let me just make some adjustments here. Yeah, I think that looks solid to me. That looks pretty solid to me here. So yeah, this is basically just my personal tier list of hand traps being played in the format right now, in February 2025. There's no right or wrong, obviously. Like, tier list is really no right or wrong, unless, you know, someone puts Maxi in not meta or something. That's kind of crazy. But really, with these like small differences, like, it's just personal preferences at the end of the day. And yeah, I'm curious to see how TCG, like, people are gonna like what kind of cards people are gonna tech in after Alliance Insight as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, and what you think is the best hand trap right now. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.